Hello again guys, a wee while since I've put a video up, but I'm hoping to get a few more up for you. I'm going to start this one today with a fly that's been asked for recently. It's a potbelly pig version of a silver Wilkinson. Looks really good. I think it'll be pretty good in the spring, probably pretty decent for grills as well. So I'll let you know what you need to tie this right now, and that will be starting with the tying thread. Okay, so I'm going to be using a uni thread 6/0 fire orange. Also the hook. The hook is a silver Nordic up eye double by Partridge, a size 8 that will be. The tail comprised of Magenta Pheasant rump feather, and it's 3-part tail, or 4-part if you include the flash. Pink Bucktail, and these little beauties here for Ryan Houston. Lovely dyed board bristles, perfectly dyed for the colour of this fly that I'm tying. And I'm going to go with some flash, just some sort of pearly pinky kind of flash. Then for the body of the fly will be this is a 0.2mm silver wire, silver ice dub. Middle hackle is magenta again, hen hackle. Front hackle blue hen or cock or hen, it's up to yourself. And jungle cock to finish. Also then the head will be finished with Gulf hot fluorescent red UV varnish. Okay, so let's make a start to this. So as I said, these doubles super sharp, nice finish to them, and very cheap at the moment if you know where to look. So we'll start coming to the rear of the fly, and we're going to put the tag end in. I'm not actually going to put a rib in this fly because you won't see it, you won't need it. And it'll be 4 turns, 1, 2, 3, 4, and on the 5th turn come back, tuck under between the bends of the hooks, and just tie off there. So we'll come back down, and now we'll go in with the Magenta Pheasant. So that's the Magenta Pheasant there. So just what I like to do is pull away most of the feathers until you're left just that little tip there, and I'll just tie that tip in right there, secure it. Now I'm going to leave that in there and get my hackle pliers on the remaining stalk, pull the feathers back, 1, so I've got about 1.5 turns out of that, which is plenty. Tying it in, Stalks backwards. Now what I like to do, because of the hooks and it's quite footery, so I actually just like to lift the whole fly out of the vise. Just to secure, to make these face backwards, come back down and just cover it there, and that should have everything facing backwards like that. There you go, back in the vise. So there we are. So second part of the tail, bucktail. I like to try and keep everything as fine as I can on this fly. You overdress it and just kills it. So again, quite some lining up the tips of the bucktail. Manoeuvring it just so any misbehaved strands, just pull them out. Wet it, see how it looks. That looks fine. Now, is that long enough? So that for me is perfect. So it's probably coming, I don't know, half an inch past the end of the pheasant tail. Sorry, the pheasant feathers. So we'll come in and secure that, give it a nice wee pull, get it sticking up. Yeah, so that, again, that looks pretty decent. So at this point I would pop in one strand of crystal, doubled over. So just catch it like that. There we go. Just cut it the same length as the tail, or just a tiny bit shorter. So now it's time to put in Ryan's boar hair, and I always go for 2 or 3 strands of that. Size 8 hooks, I'll probably go for 3. That's them there, so they have a natural curve upward curve. Can be a little bit tricky. Again, let me sit on a fly. You can put a curve into them with your nail if you're not happy with how the curve's sitting. Yeah, but for me that's fine. Absolutely fine. Yep. And then just come down and then back up. So that's the rear of the fly done. So progressing onto the body. So wax, we've got wax on the thread. This is great stuff, it's like Pritt Stick. Wapsy, premium dubbing wax. Just twist it to bring it out. Easy application. Really easy to dub. More. Always do a little bit at a time and keep it thin. So that'll take us right to where we want to be. I'm going to brush this out anyway once the fly's done. So that's where we want to come in, the first hackle. And there we go. So we'll pop that in with the tips, a couple of turns. There we go. So pop that in there. Again, stroke the feathers backwards. Nice and easy. Go one more turn, I think. Lovely. So that's the middle hackle in. There we go. So it's sitting good. So back onto the silver dubbing. That's better. And now we go with a blue hackle. Getting in by the tip, as so. Stroke the feathers back again as you go. To that turn. Perfect. So that's looking pretty good like that. And fly's almost done. Select a couple of appropriately sized jungle cork nails. Oh. Just fold it back, make sure it takes. You can snap them off, but I prefer just cutting them, safer. And And to finish, it'd be super glue if I could find it. A bit of super glue in the thread. Cut away. And that's it. Silver Wilkie PVP, and I'm gonna pop on some of this gold varnish just to finish the fly. I'll pop it back up once I've done that. Take it off to do that. So you just a little bit, work your way around the fly, build up a nice head. Take your time with it. That's us. Set it. So pop them back in the vise. Set it with the UV. 30 seconds or so. And there we go. Hope you like that, guys. Thanks for watching.